Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Your name?
Hassan Mattar.
Hassan Mattar. Originally from?
Brooklyn. I
Brooklyn?
was born in Brooklyn.
Okay, New York.
Yeah.
Okay, and living now where?
Living in Texas.
Texas. All right, cool.
Big jump.
It is a big jump, no
Yeah.
doubt. And I've had the honor of reciting both those areas, and
Yeah,
you're going to be lecturing for us. Lecturing comes with a lot of responsibility.
it does. Yeah.
How are you going to handle that responsibility if you win the Shia Voice?
I will handle it with grace.
Beautiful.
Grace and compassion. I've come to the Shia Voice for the very first time to do something for the Ahlul Bayt, and inshallah it is accepted.
Fantastic.
Because some lectures you can't give, some lectures you can. So
Sure.
yeah.
What inspired you to go down the
lecturing
route?
Why I decided public speaking, that is beyond me. I don't know. Personally, I was going to do a dua, so I decided to mix it, lecture and dua. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فوربك لنسألنهم أجمعين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Therefore, by the Lord, we will surely call them to account. When you think about justice, just as a primary nature, you want it to be fair. You don't want it to be biased. So that, for us, as a Shia community, does not exist. Because what we do is we have a lot of minorities in different places. We have minorities in Africa, we have minorities in the UK, wherever you want. There's a lot of Shia minorities. There's no representation. There's no political representation. The hand gestures, the posture, the loud, the low, the this and that. That's what he was talking about. But I do feel that this is not the aim of the Shia as a whole. Why? Why do I feel like the Shia, instead of going public and trying to spread, they should actually try to go private? This might be controversial for a bit.
Sure.
But my reasoning is that I couldn't bring out that idea and then slap it on 10 minutes. No. Basically, you cannot trust minority politics. You cannot trust the Arab leaders in the communities. I'm talking about in general, as a whole, like even in America and the UK. The Imams, they didn't really have a resistance. They had more of a taqiyya understanding of life. Ideas move in space, like your mind, through electric. They don't move through time and strict and constraint. Fatima Zahra had a special house called Bayt al-Huzn, where she cried. She never got a chance to even give up, to have just to have peace after her dad died. Nobody gave her peace. They didn't give her respect. They didn't give her anything. Imam Hassan got backstabbed, Imam Musa al-Qadim. There's a story about Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq where he had a companion, where the Khurasani came to give him some information, and he told him, well, get in the fire, and I'm just summarizing it here. And he didn't want to go in. He was like, oh, you're testing me, this is too bad, I can't do this. Then, when his actual companion came, he got in with no question, and he was sitting in the fire. So there is a matter of sincerity, right? And I'm not I'm the least of people to talk about sincerity, because who am I, right? But at the end of the day, it is important for us to be sincere, so that way we can get closer to Imam al-Mahdi.
After the performance, I was a little agitated because I didn't get to say what I wanted to say. I understand that there's a time limit, but you cannot compress an idea into time. It doesn't make sense.
I had so much to say. And when I realized the time limit, I was like, I'm cooked.
Okay, all right.
Because I realized I prepared a lecture for like 5 hours instead of 10 minutes.
Yeah, we've all been there where we prepared a lecture for 5 hours.
Yeah, man. Cutting it short is a little hard for me.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say.
Intention behind what you're saying is ultimately sincere. And I thank you for making us reflect on how to get closer to the Imam of our time with what's happening in the world today. When you look in Syria, for example, and you look in the whole of the Middle East, a person has to begin to reflect upon their relationship with the Imam of their time. And the topic that you chose, you related to justice straight away. And I thought that was wonderful because at the end of the day, what's the role of the Imam? He's going to be someone who establishes justice, a world that was full of tyranny and injustice. He comes to bring justice and peace. But really, a lecture is about how you bring all those things together. And I think that you're definitely starting your journey. We've all been there. We've got the idea. We've got justice, Imam al-Mahdi, the oppression that has been there since Saqifa, how that oppression developed. But it's about a few things then after that, which you will have in your development. The first of them, my dear brother, is that you never ever fold hands when you're speaking in public, be it a presentation, for example, for finance, a presentation for law, or a presentation for Islamic studies. Even now, if I was going to give a presentation, I don't know, amongst a group of pharmacists, and I'm like, so I want to present to you what my latest findings are, automatically they're going to look at me and think, do you really want to be here? And I think you do want to be here. And that's what hurts me because I just believe that you are someone who can come out, look, hands in the pockets, folding hands. There has to be just that development in your message that you're giving across, that you've got to show the crowd how passionate you are as well.
There was a little nervousness.
No problem. And listen, we've all been there at the beginning. The nerves are there and so on. But body language is vital. When you ask the crowd to recite a salawat Mullah Ali, the crowd can only feed off the speaker. I can't force a crowd to all be like, Allahumma salli. And the speaker himself hasn't been the one who's really given that passion. It's a great subject. And I know where you're going. The injustices against Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. These types of topics, they require structure. The body language has to be there. And you can't just say, and there was also a story of Imam al-Sadiq, Khurasani, there was a guy, oven, fire. My bro, we're not sitting in a caf, chilling. When we're presenting, we have to say, there was a wonderful story which involved a companion of the Imam called Harun al-Makki. And then when people were coming to Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam and asking him, why don't you rise against the Abbasids? The Imam asked the person, go and sit in the oven. All of a sudden now, this is the beginning of a lecture. So what I want you to work on, and I'm more than happy to advise you even further after the show, I want you to work on the body language, structure, oratory. When we've worked on all of these, then we'll develop storytelling and other skills. But you've come all the way from the States. I thank you for coming all this way. Thank you, my brother.
Sounds good. Guys, round of applause for that, please. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
That's all right.
The judges, they were being honest and respectful. So at the end of the day, it is okay to accept their words with grace.
I think you didn't mention volume. I want you to be louder, especially in the month like Ramadan, when after iftar, a speaker is going to speak. That's going to sound like a lullaby to me. I'm just going to doze off. It's, right. But say the more, he doesn't let me sleep. Habibi. I mean, it's that loud.
I didn't want to get
I know that. I know it's not the same for everyone. But find a middle ground. But I also wanted to ask, have you done, because what you had to say, I know that you sincerely cared about. Have you done a public speaking course yet, or any sort of training for this?
So I figured you were going to ask me.
Yeah.
Most of the things I do are like freestyle.
Okay.
So I try to rely on memory a lot, and I try to rely on, kind of just fitri, what I know, what is obvious. The time limit was crazily small, and what I had prepared was like at least 30 minutes. So I was like...
Did you know coming into it that you only had 7-8 minutes? Coming into the whole Shia Voice?
They told me when I got here, so I mean, it's okay.
Had you watched the Shia Voice before? You came?
Yeah, I've watched it, yeah.
And you ever seen one lecturer ever get more than 10 minutes?
No.
Yeah, it's just that little bit of research before you go into anything in life is going to bode well for you. Knowing your crowd, that's going to bode well as well.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, guys, look, it's been an inspirational segment, but we thank you, Hassan, for being here once again, all the way from the States. Guys, put your hands together for Hassan Mattar.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Ignite hope and stamp out poverty with Imam Hussein Charity.